Ready to see how Funcom just shattered the sandstorm of doubt swirling around Dune Awakening's endgame? The creative director just dropped a clarifying missive, and trust me, it changes everything. If you were worried that endgame meant endless ganks, buckle in, and the studio boldly declares, "Our goal is not to force PvE players to interact with a PvP system they may have no interest in." That single line is a seismic shift, and it sets the tone for the entire overhaul. Stay with me, because the desert winds are only starting to howl. The deep desert resets every week, shocking, right? Picture an ever-renewing battlefield where fresh spice and legendary loot appear like mirages you can actually grab. That was always the vision, a loop that lures you back for monster rewards. But the devs admit the first pass felt more like a meat grinder than a treasure hunt. As they jokingly paraphrase Twain, "No endgame plan survives first contact with the players at Barico." So what changes when the sand clears? Wait until you see how they just split the desert in two. Partial warfare zones have been revealed. Parts of the deep desert now fly a brand new partial warfare PvE banner. Translation: explore abandoned testing stations and farm T6 resources without fear of a random rocket barrage. High value landmarks, shipwrecks, massive spice blooms, landsride control points remain War of Assassins PvP. That contrast lets risk takers and chill grinders both carve their own paths. Yet the deepest dunes still hide the juiciest secrets, ready for the real storm. High risk, high reward is alive and well. The innermost sands stay lawless, a crucible for glory hunters. Funcom loves the tension, head on a swivel, every silhouette a potential ambush. The beauty of a weekly reset means layouts can morph fast. Expect surveys after each tweak so your voice literally shapes Arrakis. But the biggest menace in the dunes? Not what you think. Meet the rocket-spitting ornithopter. Scout ornithopters just got clipped. Devs admit these sky sharks dominated encounters. Incoming patch will slash their speed and agility when rockets are equipped. Extra heat generation means pilots can't spam volleys forever. Thrusters give scouts the speed crown regardless of wings, but air supremacy now costs finesse. And ground troops finally get their answer, a shiny tier 5 infantry launcher. Thopters are still vital for traversal, yet ground squads are about to bite back hard. Ready for combined arms warfare? Respawn, storage tricks, scanner cheese, everything is under the microscope. Funcom vows to plug exploits that turned retreats into teleports and hoarding into superpowers. The philosophy is crystal. You should always have the option to disengage if you're alert. Smart runners keep their haul, reckless pushers risk losing it all. PvP should ignite only when both sides crave the clash. Battles now orbit tangible goals, reveal testing stations, spice blows, wrecks, resource islands. Picture infantry choking corridors while buggies flank and thopters strafe. Devs call it combined arms, ensuring every vehicle and foot soldier owns a clear role. The terrain will soon favor ground cover and player-built fortifications, turning open dunes into layered arenas, and just beyond those dunes lies the beating political heart of Arrakis, the Landsrod. The Landsrod isn't just lore, it's your daily mission board. Think faction politics meets weekly quest grind. Whether you swing a sword or craft in silence, these tasks shower you with personal and communal rewards. Yes, the first version is mostly fetch quests and item hand-ins. Funcom confesses it's the earliest launchable iteration, but bigger, stranger challenges are on deck. Dungeons, contracts, deliveries, more PvE content incoming. Devs tease bosses that drop endgame loot, timed runs that forbid stockpiling, even potential raids that ripple through Landsrod objectives. Everything funnels into that single umbrella so all endgame pillars feel connected. Both free and paid updates are planned to keep the sandbox fresh. Yet players spotted 2 pain points: rapid square turnovers and rewards skewed to mega guilds. Cue the fixes: stockpiling exploits and reward gaps are being shredded. You will soon hand items in after a square closes, killing the log in late lose out vibe. Micro rewards are coming for solos and small squads, ensuring every vote counts. Faction-wide vendors tied to collective progress stay in play, but single players won't feel iced out. Momentum matters, and Funcom promises to tune it weekly. Ongoing dialogue is a new meta, revealed every patch. Funcom pledges clarity, surveys, and transparent dev notes, so community and creators shape Arrakis together. Once a live game launches, it becomes a collaborative effort. They remind us that optimism fuels my hype, because live service success is all about tight feedback loops. More tweaks, more content, more spice, that is the promise. So are you packing your still suit or waiting on the next sandstorm? Dune Awakening's endgame just evolved from dreaded grind to flexible frontier, with partial warfare zones for the cautious and high-risk arenas for thrill seekers. Everyone gets their flavor of danger. I'm fired up to squad up, test these changes, and watch the desert shift beneath our boots. If Funcom delivers on weekly iterations and Landsrat growth, we might witness the most dynamic survival MMO on the market. For the last few days, I focused on the negatives because folks were leaving faster than a sandworm, dodging a moisture sensor, but now I'm thrilled to know the devs hear us loud and clear. But right now I am pumped. Funcom heard us loud and clear. I believe them when they say this game is their baby, and I am here for the ride. Tell your friends, spread the word, the devs know the issues, and they are listening. Are you hyped by the news? Do you trust the team to keep their promise? Drop your feedback and wild ideas below. They are obviously reading every comment. And if any Funcom devs caught this, thanks for the update. A little communication moves mountains of sand, and we appreciate you chiming in. Not subscribed yet? Smash that button, because when I'm streaming from my cousin's basement, every time he flushes the toilet, the Wi-Fi drops harder than a Spice price crash. Your sub keeps the signal strong and the sandworms at bay. Thanks, and with that I'm out. Peace.